In this video, you will learn how to play Ice Cream and More Ice Cream from the Piano Adventures 2A lesson book. Piano Adventures Level 2A lesson book, and we are looking at Ice Cream and More Ice Cream today. Ice Cream is a fairly simple melody that is played in the key of C, and then we do something called transposing it, and we put it in the key of G. So the same exact finger patterns, just in a different starting point. So we are going to first learn it in C, and then you will move it to G on your own in your practice. So the first thing I would like to talk about is the rhythm here. Probably one of the biggest pitfalls is not being very careful with the rhythm. It's common for students to like to rush this section right here and play it faster than the rest, but you'll notice that it is all in even eighth notes. So it should sound very even. T, 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 ta. T, 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 ta, ta. Now, another thing I'm going to point out before we start is that these left-hand notes are not eighth notes, they are quarter notes. So this note should be held down for this entire pair of eighth notes here, and then you'll rest for the next pair. And that pattern repeats there and there. Here you have no left hand, and I think that's why students like to rush this part. And then here you have a note for each pair of eighth notes. So with that said, let's begin. This is in C scale position, so you can put your hands with your right hand at middle C and your left hand one octave below. We're going to start by looking at what happens in the right hand. So it starts on G with 2 eighth notes, and then it skips down. It steps up and skips down, steps up and skips down, and then it steps up. So the pattern is skip down, step up, skip down, step up, skip down, step up. Again, just the right hand, and we're going to stay in the first line. I would like you to play that with me. I'm going to count to 2 because we're in 2/4 time, and then we will begin. 1, 2. T, 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 ta. Great. Now let's look at what happens with the left hand. It starts with a 5th, then a 4th, then a 3rd, then a 2nd. Do that with me. 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. Let's put that together. First line, I will count to 2 and we will begin. 1, 2. T, 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 Great. If you need to, please pause the video and continue to practice that line a couple of more times. We will move on to line 2. So what you'll notice in line 2 is that we have accidentals to look at. The first accidental in each measure is a sharp, and the second one's a natural. That means we're going from F sharp to F natural, and then D sharp to D natural. And please do pay attention not to rush this part. After that, it's C, G, D, G, C. Let's try the right hand part together. I will count to 2 and then we will begin. 1, 2. G, F sharp, G, regular F, E, D sharp, E, regular D, C, G, D, G, C, C. You'll notice the last C is staccato, so you do want to have a nice short crisp note at the end there. Looking at what happens in the left hand, there's nothing in the first 2 measures. Then we play a 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, and a chord. Try that with me. Ready, go. 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, chord. Let's try putting these hands together. I will count to 2 and then we will begin. We're at measure 5, the second line. 1, 2. G, F sharp, G, F, E, D sharp, E, D, C, G, D, G, C. Great. The last thing I would like to look at is the dynamics for this piece. So most of the pieces in mezzo forte, and there's one note that's in forte. Do you see where that forte note is? It is the very last note, and the note is staccato. So often when we are studying music, you will hear me ask you to please not smack the music, because usually we don't want to hit it. But in this case, the very last note, you do want to hit that note really loud. Let's play it together, really focusing on the dynamics this time. We're beginning at the beginning and going through the end of Ice Cream. 1, 2. Left hand up. Good rhythm. Loud. Great. Now all you need to do to play more Ice Cream is take your hands up to G, which is also an all white key pentascale, and then you will play it up there the exact same way. Here is your practice plan for Ice Cream and More Ice Cream. You should play this piece 3 times a day. First play it 3 times in C major, then play it 3 times in G major. As a bonus challenge, can you play it 3 times in D major too? How about any other keys? When you are practicing something 3 times, you should focus on a different point for each practice. The first time, focus on playing the correct notes and rhythms. The second time, focus on playing the correct dynamics. And the final time, focus on playing the correct phrasing, which is the legatos and the staccatos in the music. Great work. You have made it to the end of this video and you are ready to practice Ice Cream and More Ice Cream in your own home to perfect it. Good luck.